Hi, I'm Adam, and this is Modern Windows Fan. This is video 2 of the Introduction to Windows Phone series I'm doing. Like I said in the last video, a lot of people are switching to Windows Phone, and it's got me thinking about how different Windows Phone is from other platforms. And that there could be kind of a learning curve there, and that because Windows Phone does some stuff that's completely different than other platforms, there's some stuff that maybe people wouldn't figure out. I wanted to make these videos to help people get up to speed and help them get to using all of the features of their Windows Phone faster. The previous episode, we covered some really basic stuff like the start screen, pinning tiles to the start screen, the app list, and some basic Windows Phone UI stuff. In this episode, we're going to cover some of the more advanced features of Windows Phone, including multitasking, managing background apps, and some other stuff. So you will see over here, we've got the preview of my screen, and then I will also hold my phone up to the camera. I'll switch the cameras around on my Surface, and so that you can follow along and see what I'm doing. So let's get that going. Okay, so the first thing we're going to look at is multitasking. Windows Phone has a really cool way of getting around to the apps that you've been using. So all you do is you hold down the back hardware button, and that brings you into the multitasking view. And all of the apps that you have open, you can scroll through them here. If you want to switch to an app, you can just switch to it. Just email. If you want to close an app, you can hit the X. It's a really good system for multitasking. It's really easy. Just remember, hold down the back button and remember to do this. It's one of those things where you'll have to teach yourself to do it, but once you do it, whenever I want to get to a previous app, I fly around this way. Okay, so the next thing is background apps. So Windows can run apps in the background, but it's this nice middle ground where, apps can run in the background, but you have total control over which apps. It's important to know how to manage that, because if you, let's say you install an app and you tell it you want it to run in the background, and then it abuses that privilege by pushing ads at you, or let's say you noticed your battery was, really running low for the past couple days, and you feel like something's draining it. Background tasks are a good place to check. So you go into settings, which is the tile that looks like a gear, and you go to applications, background tasks. And here you'll see all the apps that are allowed to run in the background and the apps that are blocked. So good example, Tetris Blitz, really good game, but it does that sleazy thing some games do where it uses push notifications to nag you to play. I blocked it, and it can't do that anymore. So if you're getting weird pop-ups, or if you're having battery life problems, check here. It's good to know what's running in the background. The next thing is automatic photo uploads to OneDrive. This is totally something every Windows Phone user should have set up. There's a couple different places to configure it, but I'm going to show you an easy one. You just go to Settings, Applications, Photos and Camera. And you can see down here it says Auto Upload, it says SkyDrive. We all know SkyDrive is OneDrive, but there's a few places where it hasn't been updated yet. You want this on so that every time you take a picture, it gets uploaded to the camera roll directory on your OneDrive. So as soon as you take a picture, it shows up. So that's really handy. Instead of having to sync your phone, or instead of only uploading some pictures and then you have to sift through them, it will upload every picture you take to SkyDrive. And then what I do is every few months I go in, or every few weeks, and I take the pictures in the camera roll and I organize them. So I have every photo I've ever taken here on SkyDrive, and it's amazing. Instead of your photos kind of sitting in some library on a hard drive somewhere, they're there with you on every device anytime you want them. The next thing I wanted to show off was voice controls. Windows Phone has a super rich voice control system, and you can get to it by holding down the Windows hardware button. What can I say?
Here is a list of things you can say.
So I'm gonna stop her speaking here. You can see there's like a lot of things you could do. You could send a text. You could find coffee. You can do a lot of different stuff. You can also control some app, like these are system wide, but then some apps also have their own. So like Audible, you could tell Audible to play. You could tell Nokia Mix Radio to play. There's a lot of things you can do. This is super useful because chances are, no matter how fast of a thumb typist you are, you're probably a faster speaker. So I could say, text Diana Drew.
Say your message.
Hey sister, hope you're having a great day.
Hey sister, hope you have a great day. You can say send, add more, or try again.
Send. So that's really good, really useful. When I'm out like walking the dog or something, if I'm talking to a few people through text, I always do it this way. And the best is if you have Bluetooth in your car, hook your phone up via Bluetooth and you'll be able to get your text messages read to you and dictate them. So really fantastic feature, and in the car, a bit of a safety feature. Definitely explore the voice control. It's probably the best voice control system I've ever used, so definitely check it out. One thing you want to make sure you have on is if you go to settings and you look for Find My Phone, make sure this is on, because that will give you access to the really cool tools at windowsphone.com. So if I bring up windowsphone.com, you can actually push apps to your phone from here, and you can explore your purchase history and stuff. So I'm going to sign in, and now it says Adam's icon. I can do my purchase history, and it shows you all the apps you've ever downloaded from the store. So if I wanted to, let's see, for demonstration purposes earlier, I installed Bank of America. I don't actually have Bank of America, but here we go. I'm going to here on the website, I'm going to click reinstall, and it says it's contacting my phone, and in a second we're going to see it pushing right to my phone here. And so if I switch the phone view, you can see it, Bank of America right there. So that is really cool. You can also shop the Windows Store here. If you go to apps and games, you can actually go through apps. So it's a cool way to browse for new apps on your phone. On your tablet or on your computer, and then push them to your phone. If I wanted NBA Jam, I could buy it, and then it would push right over to my phone. And of course, this is super useful for like a Find My Phone. If you don't know where your phone is, you're going to want to tune into this and go to this website and find your phone. So make sure in settings, oops, we're going to lose our Nokia Beamer connection there. Make sure in settings you have Find My Phone set on. Let's put Beamer back up here so we can see my screen. This is actually really cool, Nokia Beamer. All I'm going to do is scan, you're not going to be able to see it, but I'm just going to scan this QR code on the screen. And I'm going to say I want it to auto-update. And boom, check that out. Isn't that cool? So we looked at voice control. We also wanted to show off lenses, which are a feature of Windows Phone that are pretty unique, that some people don't know about. So if you take your phone and you want to take a picture, you can actually apply effects in real time with little apps called lenses. So I'm going to open the camera here, and I'm going to go, oops, I just want to go to the camera. I'm gonna press the ellipsis. I'm gonna say lenses, and I'll pick. These are photo editing apps, so I'll pick Sophie Lens, one I really like. And now we're looking at it in real time with effects. So like, I can change to a different filter, and it's live. So you can actually see what your effects are going to look like before you ever even take the picture. So very cool. You can download almost any application that edits photos on a Windows phone will be available as a lens. So that's definitely something you want to take a look at. If you have a photo editing app you like, see if you can use it as a lens to get real-time control. This is something else to keep in mind. If you go into settings, battery saver, turn this on. When your battery starts running low, it will shut off all background processing and turn off push notifications, and it'll get you another couple hours or something of battery life. So it's a good way to kind of extend your battery life. Something I touched on in the first video that I wanted to really hammer home is use the search button. This is one of the underutilized gems of Windows Phone. I mean, you can just come in here and start browsing for videos, deals, and these features it has, like music or this local right here, local scout. I've used this so many times while traveling. If you're in a town and you don't know where to get something to eat or what to do, you just open this up and boom, you've got lists and lists of things to do that you should look into. So definitely get comfortable with the search key. Don't just jump into Internet Explorer and search. You use the search key. So that's about it for the kind of, it sounds like an oxymoron, the advanced basics. That's kind of it for the basic Windows Phone stuff. So we've covered a lot of kind of the basics of the OS as far as things that are different. I'm trying to cover things that are different from other operating systems. If you're watching this video series, you probably understand swipe and tap and gestures and all that. And we've covered kind of most of the basic stuff that's unique in Windows. In the next videos, I'm going to be getting into the individual applications and how to get the most out of those. So thanks for watching.